G'day guys and welcome to the Season 16 Hardcore Fresh Level 70 build guide. This build is designed for those of you who have just reached level 70. If you're doing seasons, it assumes that you have no gear, maybe a couple of legendaries, mainly all rares, no Hedrig's gift, no Paragon points, and nothing in the cube. It is designed for basically people who want to start pushing as high difficulty as they can as soon as they hit 70. Please note this is a hardcore build guide. It can be adapted for softcore, but if you want a softcore build guide, please let me know and I will bang something out for you. So let's jump straight into it. We'll talk a little bit about gear to start with. So when you hit 70, you're definitely going to have a few items of gear that are going to be not level 70. You're going to have level 65, 67, whatever it may be. First thing that you want to go and do is go and craft yourself level 70 gear. Because what you're going to find is that the stats scale a lot higher at level 70. So make sure you replace all of your lower level gear straight away. Things you're looking for. You want to have a helm with a socket. Why? Because it gives you a shit ton of extra life. So 21% life. Use the highest gems that you've got. You want sockets in your chest piece and sockets in your pants as well. And you want to be putting all resist gems in these. Now, a little bit about gemming. So you are a barbarian, which means your main stat is strength. Strength gives you armor. So essentially, your mitigation to physical damage is already pretty good when you have strength, which is why you want to put all resist gems in there, because your all resist is going to suck. Whereas the sorcerer gets all resist from intelligence, the barbarian does not. So put all resist gems in, the highest ones that you can get, and we'll go from there. Another thing, basically craft all your gear. So things that you're looking for in your gear, physical damage is great. This build is focused around physical damage. So all the skills that we use, Boulder Toss, Avalanche, Wrath of the Berserker, it's all physical damage. So leave it at that. If you get it on your amulet, leave it on there. Crit chance, crit damage is all good. All resist, fantastic. Vitality, great. Strength, great. So let's go into the build a little bit more now that we've talked about the items. So, Punish. I like Punish. Why? I like Punish Bash, the Punish rune, because it can give you up to 4% increased damage for your Ancient Spear. So basically, you hit people, stacks up to 3 times. Once you hit people 3 times, you are going to get an extra 4% damage for when you do any other abilities. Now, this build is pretty synergistic in that the different abilities work together. So your main source of damage here is Ancient Spear, Boulder Toss. What this does is it takes all of your Fury, which is your resource down the bottom right, and spends it in one big powerful rock like this. And what it does is it will deal 20% weapon damage for every 1 point of Fury you spend. So you want to make sure you're throwing your boulder when your Fury is full, not when it's half, not when it's quarter. Mind you, if you're trying to finish someone off and they're low, an elite pack, by all means throw it. But essentially you want to wait till this is full because the multiplier will be higher for you to deal more damage. Next one, Wrenching Stomp. This is really important. Why? Because what it does is it pulls everyone around you in an AoE into one little area, which allows you to drop your Ancient Spear right on top of them. It's an AoE effect, and it will damage everyone. So you want to use that, and then you want to throw your Ancient Spear on them. So that's the first part of synergy of this build. Alright, the next part is Avalanche, your 4th skill. So the way this works is every point of Fury spent, Avalanche reduces its cooldown for 1 second for every 25 Fury. So if we have 121 Fury, that's nearly 5 seconds reduction in this when you use 1 full bar. So it's pretty good. Now the rune that you want to use is Tectonic Rift, which stores up to 3 charges. I have seen people run Lahar before, which increases that cooldown for Fury spent. But at the end of the day, when you're running between packs, if you can store up to a couple of charges of this, it really enables you to melt those rare packs even faster. So standard thing here, when you look at the 5th skill, Wrath of the Berserker Insanity, this is for your elite packs only. Only pop it on elite packs, don't pop it on the trash mobs. And we are just going straight out damage boost. So 50% damage increase, it does apply to your boulder toss as well. So you want to be popping that, throwing your boulder on the elite pack, and so on. Now, the most important part of this build, and the bit that not many people pick up on, which is great, Warcry, alright? Specifically with the Charge Ruin on it. So Warcry is great in general. It gives you armor, which is great for barbs, that physical damage reduction, still there. And what this will do with the Charge Ruin, it will give you an extra 50 Fury. So the way it works is you spend it all, use your Warcry, and you've already got your bar half full again to throw another rock, which is pretty neat. So we've talked a bit about the main skills now, and the way that these synergize together I will explain when I actually go into a Rift and show you how they work. There is a specific order that you want to be using your abilities in, and I just want to harp on again that this is no gear requirements to run this build. You don't have to have any gear. You can literally use crafted yellows. So I have removed all my gear down here. I have crafted level 70 gear, that is it. I've taken off all my Paragon points. I have nothing in my cube. We're ready to rumble. So, moving on to passives, this is definitely a hardcore build. So these passives aren't designed for softcore, which is fine. But if you want to ask me a couple of questions about potential passives for a softcore build, essentially this other skill tree will be the same. I wouldn't change it, it would just be the passives. So, Nerves of Steel is a must, it's your second life. I won't explain it much further than that. If you get hit, critical damage, and you die, you get an extra chance. Superstition. So I'll harp on this about this before, but it's the magical damage that is bad for Barb, right? Not physical, because you got armor through your strength gain. So it's really that all resist that you want to try to build up. What this does is reduces non-physical damage by 20%, while also giving you a nice little fury boost as well, which is pretty neat. Tough as nails, increases your armor. Nice survivability bonus. And the one that people don't think about, this doesn't get used a whole heap. Really, it's not good for late game, but when you haven't got a reliable source of fury regeneration, this is amazing. So you might notice right now my fury meter is full. So as a barbarians, your fury meter actually declines over time. If you have this on, it actually regenerates. And what this allows you to do is when you're running between packs, rather than running out of fury and having to build up fury using your bash or your charge before you can deal damage, you can go straight into a fight, usually with at least half a bar worth of fury to throw a boulder, if not a full bar. It's great. Really, really underrated. So whether you're playing softcore or hardcore, I would definitely recommend using Unforgiving. It is great. Alright, so that's pretty much the build in a nutshell. What I will do now is jump into a Rift and show you how it works. This is Torment 1, and if you follow the build, this means at level 70 you can go straight into Torment, which is pretty big, right? That's pretty big. That's pretty cool. Usually you'd go hard, maybe Master, something like that. I think that this build allows you to do Torment 2. Usually you can piss through this stuff pretty quickly. So a little bit around the order, which I said was important before. So what's really important is that you use your Avalanche before you throw your boulder. Why? Because the fury you spend on your boulder is going to reduce the cooldown for your next Avalanche charge. So essentially the combo is you stun them, you bring them into a little circle, you drop at least one Avalanche on them, you throw a boulder, you use your Warcry to regain the fury back, you throw another boulder. At this stage you should have more Avalanches to put down because of that reduced cooldown from spending fury. So let's go find a pack and we'll do it. We will also make sure we build up our 3 stacks of bash, which will allow us to deal the extra 4% damage. So we do have a pack straight away, which is pretty cool. So let's go in here. 1, 2, 3, stun, boulder, boulder, charge, boulder. There you go. Pack destroyed. The beauty of having a Wrath of the Berserker as well is that you don't you don't get frozen, right? So there is no CC on you either. So Wrath of the Berserker is great for that. So just use it on elite packs though. And you'll have no worries at all. Let's have a look here. Look at this. Nice big packer, guys. Boulder toss on the head. Millions of damage. We're going to have to dodge these because we don't have it up. So this is literally from the first level, right? Oh, whoa, got a ring. This could be you. You know what I'm saying? You could be finding this stuff right now. It's pretty neat. So we're in a tough spot now where our battle cry is on cooldown. We do have it up again, though. So let's pull these guys in. Give them the clamps. And again. Run out of these. Oh, okay, we did get throws. That's alright. So the survivability is no problem. Torment 1 survivability, no problemo. And that's because we've got that all resist. It's because we've got the all resist, superstition. You know, we're not worried at all. So there you go. There's a little bit of a indication of how capable the build is. We just ran into a couple of big packs. You can get straight into Torment 1, potentially Torment 2 Rifts. Oh, come on, mate. Come on, every time. So one thing I do want to point out before we finish up, it's going to be a nice short build guide, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you're new to the game and you're wondering, alright, so I've got this nice level 70 build, where do I go from there? You know, I've only got rares, what happens? What do I do? What you want to be doing, a couple of things that I can tell you to go and do straight away. If you leveled up through adventure mode or someone farmed you through, you can go get a free level 70 legendary from Leoric through the campaign. And it is a fantastic helmet to get early on. It multiplies any socket in your helmet by a certain percentage, which means you can get a heap of extra life. So go grab that first, and then what you want to be doing if you're playing seasonal is start getting through your seasonal journey. Because what that will give you is set items. Season 16 is the Immortal Kings set. It's really good. I'm not going to lie. It's amazing. And then you want to be doing bounties and rifts. Bounties is simply so you can put stuff in your Herodric Cube, right? So you can get the stuff, and then you can be even more powerful. And then your rifts and your greater rifts to get your gems. So there's a few things that you can do straight away. Otherwise, enjoy the grind. So look, that's pretty much it from me. If you enjoyed the content and the build guide, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. I also stream live on Twitch TV every couple of nights. So feel free to come and say g'day if you like the build. Let me know if you thought it sucked. Please let me know as well. And if you want a level 70 actual farmed guide for a Boulder Toss Barbarian, I love Boulder Toss Barbarians. Let me know and I'll bring one out. But for now, thanks for hanging, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. Sorry, I had to come back on just to show you what that ring was, boys. It was a Stone of Jordan with physical damage on it. Absolutely insane. So I just thought I'd come back just to show you, in case anyone was curious what that ring was that dropped. It was a physical damage Stone of Jordan. Pretty fucking insane. So we will be chucking that on for sure. Alright, enjoy your day. I'm out this time. Catch you later. See you later. See you bye. Catch ya. Bye.